Good afternoon, I'm Rena Roy. Thanks for joining us here at News 12 Brooklyn. We are as local news gets. Terrific and awesome. Just some of the words being used to describe a library that just got a facelift. News 12 Brooklyn's Nicole Ryan takes us to Bath Beach, where bookworms are overjoyed to see the new look.
I'm kind of like a nerd because I love books.
And that love of books brings this 12-year-old to the library in Bath Beach.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Only this visit is filled with a bit more excitement. You see, the Elmer Park branch is now open after closing for several months to undergo repairs.
Yeah, it's really new. I love everything here because it's all labeled and organized.
It's awesome and terrific.
But it didn't always look this terrific. This is what it looked like before. Now there's a new roof, a new floor, furniture, central AC, and LED lighting, which helps save energy.
It's nice because it has been closed for a while, and I live around here, so it's nice to come here. This is the first time I came here, but I kind of enjoy it.
It's really nice. I like it. It's near to me, and it's nice. I'm bringing the kids.
The library also has more computers for adults and children, and moving forward, the branch manager says technology will be the focus.
We received a major technology grant. We're going to have more computer-based programs with iPads. We're going to do stuff like coding, writing software.
Everything to keep visitors coming back again and again.
I love books. Most of them are like my favorite.
Reporting from Bath Beach, Nicole Ryan, News 12 Brooklyn.
All right, turning now to our weather on the Tuesday. News 12 weather anchor Daryl Green. Daryl, not a cloud in the sky, perfect little breeze. Honestly,
Beautiful.
I couldn't ask for a better day.
Yeah, and you kind of want to spend as much time outdoors as possible. We don't get days like this very often. This is the second straight day of beautiful weather, comfortably warm temperatures, low levels of humidity, and a lot of sunshine. West winds coming in at 8 miles per hour, 41% relative humidity, Flatbush showing 82 degrees. We've got lower 80s across the entire borough, from Broadway Junction on down to Bensonhurst. Generally speaking, a nice day. Humidity values are very low, very dry atmosphere out there with our dew points in the 50s, and winds are fairly light. Now you can see a lot of sunshine out there. Hard to find much in the way of cloud cover out there whatsoever, not only for Kings County, Brooklyn, but the entire tri-state area. So if you have any plans on being outside, well, for this day, weather is definitely your friend. Here's what we can expect. We'll continue to see the sunshine, low humidity levels, very comfortable conditions out there. Our daytime high around 82 degrees. As we get into the evening hours, we hold on to the clear skies, and we'll see those temperatures falling from the 80s into the 70s as we go through the overnight, probably looking at temperatures in the mid and upper 60s as we go through the overnight into the early morning hours of our Wednesday. Let's look at your forecast for Kings County, Brooklyn, and you are watching News 12.
All right, Daryl, thank you so much. 12 is on crime now with an update in the case of a fatal double shooting. NYPD officers have made an arrest in connection with a double homicide last month. 37-year-old Jeffrey James and 40-year-old Perry Chance were gunned down along Osborne Street, and now police say they have their man, 20-year-old Tariq Hargrove. He faces a number of charges, including murder and criminal possession of a weapon. A trio of men have been taken into custody for making off with more than $1 million worth of frozen eels. One of the suspects is from Queens. The other two are from right here in Brooklyn. And police say the men picked up the shipment from an Elizabeth, New Jersey terminal last month. They were caught after authorities set up a sting operation to buy back the stolen items. They all face charges of criminal possession of stolen property. And a Brooklyn man has been sentenced to 30 years behind bars for child sex trafficking and child pornography. Prosecutors say Alvon Thompson forced two teenage girls to engage in prostitution by subjecting them to physical and psychological abuse. The girls were just 13 and 15 years old. Authorities also say Thompson posted racy pictures of the girls online and made them engage in prostitution even after he impregnated them. At Kings County Hospital, an X-ray tech has been arrested accused of sexually abusing patients. Investigators say on Saturday, while performing an X-ray on an 83-year-old woman, 65-year-old Larry Jones pulled her underwear down and touched her inappropriately. And later in the day, cops say Jones did it again to a 57-year-old woman.
I mean, that's somebody's mother, grandparent. I mean, it's not right. I don't think it's like OD, right?
That's really bad. You know, so I mean, that sort of behavior, the hospital administration got to have to look into it background screening and stuff like that.
And in response to the charges, a spokesperson for Kings County Hospital released a statement that reads in part, quote, "We are committed to the safety of our patients, have zero tolerance for such behavior, and consider this a very serious allegation." Jones has been fired from the hospital. He now faces charges of forcible touching, criminal sexual act, and sexual abuse. In Crown Heights today, police say gunfire broke out on Bergen Street, sending at least one person to the hospital. No word yet on their condition. This is News 12 Brooklyn. We are as local news gets. Stay tuned. More of your hyperlocal headlines are coming up.
I wish she was still here because every time she came up, she would bring us toys, and for Easter, she would put the Easter eggs out, put money in them. I got involved in pancreatic cancer so other kids don't have to lose a relative. We walked for her to find a cure to raise money. Every time we walk, they do a different location. It's like a trail. We walk and then there's like this big festival there, and there's music, and you can get t-shirts, and they're like you take a photo with all your friends and family who's walking with your group. Well, I have a good feeling to do it because at the end of the walk, there's lots of fun and games and all that. I would tell other kids to like have a bake sale to raise money, or ask their school to help them with something. You should do it so you can raise money. The money goes to try to help find a cure. We lost someone we love to pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic cancer is why we walk.
Why we had a bake sale.
Why we organized a school fundraiser.
Pancreatic cancer is why the Lustgarten Foundation is funding research to find a cure.
And Cablevision's support ensures that 100% of every donation to the foundation goes directly to research.
CurePC.org is the way to join the Lustgarten Foundation and Cablevision. Fight pancreatic cancer. Visit CurePC.org.
The News 12 app for your Droid. All your local news, weather, and traffic, plus live streaming of News 12. Download it today. It's free from Google Play. News 12, as local news gets.
The New York City Health Department is taking on Zika. Crews are set to spray pesticides across the borough tonight in an effort to reduce mosquito activity. So far, there have been no locally acquired Zika cases here in New York, but the disease can pop up anywhere. South Dakota now has its first confirmed case of the Zika virus. State leaders say it was only a matter of time before someone there showed signs of an infection due to the large number of people who travel. In the meantime, researchers are seeking volunteers to be injected with Zika. A study is set to take place in December in an effort to develop a vaccine. Zika is widespread in parts of South America and the Caribbean. And here in the continental U.S., Florida has been hit hard with more than 36 cases of Zika. And taking a step away from our borough, we now head to news going on around the country. President Obama in Louisiana today visiting parts of the state devastated by massive flooding. The president was criticized over not cutting his vacation short to tour the area last week, but the White House says he didn't want to interrupt rescue efforts. The flooding left at least 13 people dead and damaged an estimated 60,000 homes. More than 100,000 residents have registered for federal disaster aid. And new documents revealed in court show Dylan Roof, the man accused in the deadly shooting at Charleston's Emmanuel AME Church last year, had 2 handwritten notes detailing a list of churches and victims for other attacks. The 22-year-old Roof reportedly told investigators he wanted to start a race war. He faces 33 federal offenses, including hate crime charges. And some alarming news from the Transportation Security Administration. The TSA saying they confiscated a record-breaking number of guns in carry-ons last week alone. Agents say they found 81 guns on people trying to board planes, 70 of which were loaded, with 31 having a round in the chamber. Authorities say they also found swords, throwing knives, and a machete during that same span. Back in our borough, some neighbors are rallying against a high-rise building under construction in their Coney Island backyard. News 12 Brooklyn's Joanna Hernandez finds out why the protesters are up in arms.
If it is built, no matter what, we need to make sure that it is safe.
Creeks McRae, candidate for state committee, joined community members in calling for developers on the high-rise tower at 532 Neptune Avenue, Cranberries International, to provide them with clear answers. This is what we do know. The 42-story building have more than 540 apartments and 162,000 square feet of retail space, but residents say the construction comes at high cost, claiming small shops in the area have been closing down. They're concerned about parking and also claim construction work is going on late, causing noise problems.
It's wrong to put up a building such as this. We need stores, restaurants, parking, etc.
We reached out to Cranberry International and they declined to comment. Reporting from Coney Island, Joanna Hernandez, News 12, Brooklyn.
And taking a look outside, the weather is beautiful, sunny, breezy. It's really just perfect out there. But how long will this last? Let's find out from our very own News 12 weather anchor, Daryl Green. Daryl, please tell me this is going to be here for a while.
It'll be here for a couple of days, but you know, weather is one of those things that constantly changes.
Developing into our newsroom right now, new video coming in of a fire at a strip of businesses on Prospect Avenue just north of East 160th Street. EMS personnel say the call came in at around 1 p.m. And this is viewer video here someone sent to us from the scene. In total, 60 firefighters rushed to the area with at least one person injured. No word yet on what sparked those flames. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rena Roy. Our other top story today, police looking for a man who snatched an elderly woman's necklace right off of her neck. This happening on Sunday in the Belmont section of our borough. News 12 The Bronx reporter Carmen Grant spoke with the victim inside her home about the frightening attack.
We're not showing the victim's face at the request of her family. The 81-year-old says her gold chain had 8 medallions on it, each representing her 8 grandchildren. She says she was entering her building on Sunday when a man approached her from behind and snatched her chain right off her neck.
You should come. I should take it off by name.
This is who police are looking for. You can see the suspect outside the victim's building in Belmont. Police believe he was looking for an easy mark and followed the 81-year-old into the vestibule of her building. The assault now has her neighbors looking over their shoulders.
This street, everything is quiet. Now, I don't know what happened.
She says during the attack, one of the medallions fell off. She was able to find that medallion. She now keeps it in a bowl on her kitchen table. A precious memento of her grandchildren that the 81-year-old says was viciously stolen from her. Reporting from Belmont, Carmen Grant, News 12 The Bronx.
Carmen, thank you. And anyone with information that can help cops, call Crime Stoppers. That number 1-800-577-TIPS. All right, time now for your weather on the Tuesday News 12 weather anchor Daryl Green. Daryl, it is beautiful. It's like the perfect mix of fall and summer, crisp
let's
air.
not rush fall just yet
I know, I'm excited.
winter is right around the corner. But yeah, you would definitely want to spend as much time outdoors. This is what we would call Chamber of Commerce weather. Abundant sunshine out there, 82 degrees, 30% relative humidity on southwest winds that are calm. We're looking at a falling barometer, 30 point to 26 inches of mercury. Simply beautiful day, day 2 of great weather, and there's more to come. Let's take a look at our temperatures as we go hyper local. We got temperatures like 80 degrees in Hunts Point, Throgs Neck 82, Williamsbridge 83 degrees. You get the point there. We've got beautiful conditions. It feels wonderful out there. Drier than it was just 24 hours ago with our dew points in the 40s and lower 50s. A nice dry atmosphere, a lot of sunshine out there for today. Really is not a whole lot to talk about. Just make sure you try and spend some time outdoors and enjoy the great weather while we have it. And we're going to start to notice some clouds filtering in from the southwest over the next 24 hours. 82 degrees our forecast high for today. Sunshine filled skies, low humidity, and we'll keep the skies nice and clear as we go through the remainder of the daylight hours right on into tonight and early on Wednesday. Let's look at your forecast. You're watching News 12.
All right, Daryl, thank you so much. Well, it's a way to get New Yorkers signed up for the ID NYC program, and it's right outside our Soundview studios. This was the scene at the Soundview Library earlier today, where the New York Public Library and the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs teamed up to bring the pop-up center to people here in the South Bronx. And local leaders say their goal is to bring these services to often underserved neighborhoods.
It really is reaching such a diverse range of New Yorkers, so we wanted to make sure we brought the ID NYC program and the enrollment to the communities where there is such great demand. And here in the Bronx, in this area, there really is a large amount of demand, and so we wanted to make sure we made it as easy as possible to get the card.
And the center will run through September 9th. For more on its hours and the ID NYC program, just head to news12.com. And while you're there, check out our question of the day. Have you enrolled in the ID NYC program yet? You can also vote on channel 612. Well, eating healthy can be expensive, sending some of us to the nearest fast food restaurant for a more affordable option. But now the Bronx is giving out some cash that can help you buy only the freshest. News 12's Aisha McKenzie has more from Poe Park.
Nolasco Farm has been here for 10 years.
Bins, barrels, crates of all things fresh. Farmers like the Nolasco family serving the Bronx for years. And with the Health Bucks coupons in circulation for the past 3, it's helping boost business.
It's another source of income for us. It's, you know, from a business standpoint, it's great. We enjoy coming because of the relationships we have built over the years for the market.
The Bronx has been labeled the most unhealthiest county in New York State. That's why Councilmember Richie Torres is pushing his Health Bucks program so that Bronxites can get fresh produce from places like here in Poe Park.
I see the $10,000 that we're allocating toward Health Bucks not as an expense, but as an investment in the wellness and health of the Bronx.
So here's how the Health Bucks work. For every $5 a person spends using EBT, they receive a $2 Health Buck coupon. And that coupon can be redeemed for fresh fruits and vegetables at certain farmers markets. And many who got some bucks wasting no time getting their goods.
Oh yes, honey, I got a bunch of Health Bucks. I'm going to use them today, and I'm going to have some vegetables tonight, me and my sister.
Reporting in Fordham, Aisha McKenzie, News 12, The Bronx.
You're watching News 12 The Bronx. Still ahead today, how a couple of crooks decided to take a bite out of the crime. The surveillance video you have to see to believe. Plus more of your hyper-local weather from City Island to Riverdale. This and more in 2 minutes. Can you put me back up? I'm sorry. Which one was that? Oh, with all the exclamations too. I'm just gonna wing the reader. Is it another 2-shot? Oh, I'm just tossing. But it's just like the same normal toss for me, right? Okay. A 44-year-old facing serious charges today. Miguel Bonilla charged with murder, manslaughter, and criminal possession of a weapon after allegedly killing his own girlfriend and wheeling away her body in a shopping cart. The victim, identified in reports as Juana Alvarez, apparently hadn't been seen since mid-July. And yesterday, detectives reportedly getting a tip that Bonilla confessed to a friend that he had murdered her. We'll, of course, have much more on this throughout the day. A Bronx veteran making a plea of his own, asking the public to help get his service dog back safe and sound. John Nevarez says he was inside a Morrisania supermarket Sunday afternoon when someone stole his beloved Chulo right off of the street. Nevarez served in Vietnam and now faces a daily struggle with diabetes, and Chulo would bark to remind him when to take his insulin. If you know anything that can help police in this case, call Crime Stoppers. Again, 1-800-577-TIPS. Around the country now, a federal judge continuing to make it easier for people to carry weapons at the University of Texas. 3 professors filed a petition hoping to block a law that allows licensed gun owners to carry concealed handguns on public college campuses. That judge denied that request, however, ruling neither the state nor the school overstepped their power. The rule took effect earlier this month, and classes are scheduled to begin tomorrow. Another ban making headlines today. Undergrads at Stanford University no longer allowed to drink hard liquor on campus. The move includes alcohol with more than 20% alcohol by volume. The decision comes months after a former swimmer at the school was sentenced to 6 months behind bars for sexually assaulting a woman after a party. Beer and wine are still allowed. And talk about some wet bandits. Cops down in Australia are on the hunt for 4 men who broke into a school office over the weekend, setting 3 saltwater crocodiles loose inside. You can see them pushing at least one through the front door, and the suspects made off with computer equipment. Parks and Wildlife Rangers had to eventually be called in to remove the reptiles. Well, they may be known as man's best friend, but dogs are also notorious for their love of food. So when it comes to rewarding your pup, it turns